breakdown 5/11/2017. Big picture SPY ETF and long-term uptrend. Sideways near the right underneath 52-week highs. Intermediately, just kind of some sideways days and held above there. Try to test back down into this range and close way back off the lows above it. So overall picture of market is bullish. Top two pre-market movers were Snap, Snapchat, gap down about 20%. So that was a definite skip right off the open. And Macy's was also, not a terribly large gap, about 8%, but gap in 52-week lows. Maybe there was a trade in here. So while I think maybe this is a good scenario of, hey, might be giving something like this up. If we can kind of tighten it into that, but there's a definite trade in here of just this long sideways in the opening range low for an hour and a half. So even this is a gap down, go down. We do spend time, just at the below the 10 a.m. opening range, so we're outside of the opening range, kind of just holding sideways. This is one of those scenarios where it might be okay to break the rule and throw in a short there, just because it's nice, long, tight sideways. You can throw your stop on, 20 cents if you really wanted to be aggressive up at VWAP for half a dollar. Maybe I'm not taking this trade right now, but might be there for future playbooking or just the thought process. Anyway, I thought Macy's was worth talking about. Really quick, I traded Tractor Supply Company. So Tractor Supply is consumer cyclical sector. They provide farming equipment to people like that, like farmers and such. So basically what I saw is we had this level on the daily. I touched it once. First of all, I'm just getting away from it. Big picture is downtrend. We had touched this level on the daily, gone sideways. I'll zoom in on the 3-month daily chart. So it's kind of holding sideways at this level, like closed below it yesterday, but kind of looking back on it, there was a lack of volume coming out on this day. So when I went to go short, I think I shorted pretty much near the low of the day, somewhere like right in here. And we were below the opening range. There wasn't really any like sideways. We had an intraday downtrend. The ATR and the wide range days were about $3, so I didn't feel like we were too far gone, but maybe it's just not enough volume. Is there really an entry in here? I was thinking like enter on a pop, like probably not. I think I ended up getting right here for VWAP. So probably not the best trade to be making. Was it trading with the trend? Yes. Was it trading with the intraday trend? Yes. I don't know. There's a situation where because like we looked at the Macy's charts, it's that nice sideways overlap. So that's a better intraday setup. I'm taking a good daily setup, but looking for any reason intraday to throw in a trade is probably not the best way to go. So that was the only stock I traded. Other good setups were VRX. So VRX is healthcare, pharmaceutical company, just recently in play because of the large volume. So the big picture is still big picture downtrend, but the recent trend action is just this huge, 125 million opposed to the average volume was like 10 million, so or 12 million. So you're doing 10 times the normal volume. So volume's still high the next day. So just saying, we're getting above the prior day's high. We could be looking for Cove trades. Still, no signs of weakness as of yet. So we kind of come into the 1-minute chart. That line was marked as the prior day's high. So after 10 o'clock, we get a higher high, higher low, higher high, potential higher low here. Also, opening range. Resistance becoming support with the little windows. Could have thrown a trade in there for 25 cents. If you got out with a measured move about a buck, $1.30, something like that. I mean, from top to bottom, about $2. And so if you took the average of this day, which was about a $2 move, and this day, maybe call it like $1.80, $1.60, somewhere in there. 75, and it's kind of what you're looking for with your little measured move. So I think there's definitely one good trade in VRX. Nvidia is definitely the trade of yesterday. So from the big picture, Nvidia is in the tech sector, semiconductors, which you know is a hot sector as well, or whatever the fucking you call it, sector. Then anyway, drawing a blank. So industry, right? So the semiconductor industry. So tech sector, and then they obviously make like PC hardwares like video cards and such. Big picture trend is up. Had some recent sideways action, but gapped up the prior day on high volume to the 52-week high, closed at the 52-week high. So made a new all-time highs, no resistance above there. So it definitely could have been building up some power in this sideways here. Also was looking for a continuation trade, and the fact that this was a wide range day the prior day before. Kind of judging that like $7. I was looking at the wide range day, it's about $8. So you say a wide range day in Nvidia is about $7.50, $8. But coming off a wide range day, we're expecting 80-20 is the first thing. So, once we got this, and I was looking at this and thinking, okay, hey, I was like, hey, we're going sideways, like holding higher at the all-time high, but the information that we had just come off an 80-20 or just come off a wide range day was kind of led me to skip this trade. We test back down to VWAP, bounce up, so now higher high, higher low, higher low, higher low. So prior opening range resistance becomes support right there. If you truly wanted an entry that was very objective, and I'm not sugarcoating anything, just said, hey, we're now in an intraday uptrend. We're trading at the all-time highs, going sideways, for a good 10 minutes in this really compressed range. Throw a trade anywhere on in there. Call it 21.87. Stop down here for maybe 50 cents. So 21.87 for 50 cents. And what does that look like? Well, if you held this for a good portion, if we're looking for your like $7, so we've come up to this point about $4, so maybe another like $3, for 3.5 to $4. You end up like kind of just riding this trend out. You get on a trend line break or something. I mean, I don't know. Just there was definitely like buying a stock that's COVH above its opening range high with these sideways actual entry points in an uptrend, big picture uptrend with no resistance above it. I mean, that's a winning recipe. Even if you like held to the end of the day, you still got out with a little something, And 50 cents. I mean, if you're a real stud about it, even if you got out here, 50 cents is an 8-1. You could really risk very little in there somewhere. But Nvidia is definitely worth a trade. So I mean, dude, this is all you needed yesterday. I was fucking around with Tractor Supply, and I missed this because I was, trying to force my will on a stock instead of just reading what the price action was telling me, and so yeah, at least to get another shot today, right? So this is every day. There's at least one good trade, right? We talk about that. Okay, dude. Later.